Hi fans, I'm the PC Expert Amateur, and we're going to take a look at the Zirsso ZR12032 blower. Zirsso is also called Taxiangyuan Technology Company Limited. And this is a centrifugal fan. Looks very similar to the other one. There are a few small differences, however. This one is an AC fan, so it comes with this, with a potentiometer to control the speed, and you can disconnect it here. And on top of that, this is where I got this from. So this plugs in. This is nice to have if you need to, especially if you need to make sure the air goes in a specific direction. This is very nice to have. I think that the only thing that I would have done different perhaps is to try and make sure that there's as little laminar flow as possible with this. But other than that, interesting stuff. So I guess we should see and hear the fan in action. Starting voltage is supposed to be 6. I think it actually starts at less than 6. However, if you can see, it's moving pretty darn slowly at this speed. It's not possible for me to see an individual blade as it's spinning around, but it is possible for me to see this is very, very slow. And one of the nice things about this is that the AC adapter is for 100 all the way up to 240 volts. And then the output is 3 to 12 volts, 200 to 2000 milliamps. So that's not bad. It can be used for basically anywhere in the world where you can adapt the plug for your local outlets.
So let's listen to it. Right now it's very quiet. I can hear a ticking noise from the bearings. And this is supposed to be dual ball bearings. There's a harmonic resonance. And that's the maximum speed.
All right. Let me get this off of here. Now, just as far as static pressure is concerned, right to about there. So that's about a 4.5, somewhere around there. And if I take this and I put it on, then we increase it to approximately 6 millimeters of static pressure. So that's really, really nice, making this stronger than the Amranje that I did review also. Now, of course, it is quite powerful, and the airflow is probably higher than most of the powerful fans in my inventory. Yeah, I don't think there's anything else that has better airflow than this fan does. Although, of course, the Amranje is pretty close. But still, this has better airflow and better static pressure. So if you want a beast that does them both, these blower fans are hard to beat. Now, again, I do have static pressure fans that are stronger than this. But as far as static pressure plus airflow, this is number one. So, you can use this for whatever you need to use it for. Case, air cooler, water cooler, custom loop, whatever. It doesn't matter. You can use it. it'll do the job. It'll do a good job. And since it's dual ball bearings, well, they only rate it for 50,000 hours, which is weird, but they also say 6 years. But I think that this is a really good buy. But let's take a look at the specs, and you can decide for yourself. All right, so the Zirsso Taxiangyuan Technology Company Limited ZR12032 blower, and it's a $20 fan, certified by compliant with CE and ROHS, made in China, 120 by 32 centimeters, no, millimeters. 50,000 hours of life. But that 50,000, actually, let me show you this. That 50,000 came from here. So, and this is 50,000 at 1800 RPMs, which is a little bit more than half at 6 volts. So it may be shorter than that if you run it at full speed. I'm not, but I have also noticed, like, here it says 3,000, and then here it says 3,100, and here it says 50, here it says 52, and then 900 to 3,000. But here it says the starting voltage of 6 volts, it's 1,800, and then you come down here, and you see up to 3,050. So it's the specifications they've shared are not consistent. 1,800 to 3,100. Yeah, so it's weird. I'm not sure what the heck is going on with that, but it's annoying. So we'll come back here. And it's a 250 gram fan, not including the power supply and cable for it. 47, I think, blades. I may have gotten the 46 wrong on the M1J. Maybe it's also at 47. It's kind of hard to count little things, and then my brain gets bored while I'm counting them, and yeah. So 46, 47, something like that. And then measure, depending on how you're going to measure the between the holes, which let me just show you that. I forgot to show you that. So this is the side for the holes for if you wanted to, say, use a grill to cover this so you don't hurt your fingers. And so if I measure from here to here versus here to here versus here to here, that's different. This is the longest distance right here, and that's 105, which is standard for a 120 millimeter fan. But these other ones, 8.2, 8.7, 9.5, and 9.9 millimeters between the mounting holes. And then I just decided, well, since the specifications are whacked, we'll go with 900 to 3,000 RPMs. The airflow is supposed to be 36 CFMs, and I tested using CMH. So at the very minimum, it was about 31.2 CMH, and then at maximum 455.4 CMH. You can do the math yourself. And then it didn't have static pressure, so my guesstimation is 4.5 to 6, and it goes up to 6 when you add this. So let me switch back. So yeah, so here's that information. So this is actually using my anemometer here, and then the 4.5 to 6 is just using my hand to estimate. But yeah, once you use this adapter for the wind that's being produced, it decreases airflow somewhat and increases static pressure because it's all pointed in one direction. Whenever you decrease the aperture, the opening for something that's going out, that increases pressure. Now it says 50 or 52 decibels, so I just stuck with 50. And in my testing, the minimum was 15.7 and maximum was 55.1. And then as far as the cable, 228 centimeters. So you can't daisy chain it, but it is sleeved, which is, a nice little thing. It's an AC fan again. Dual ball bearings, 12 volts, starting at 6 up to 12 volts now. I believe the running volts after you get started up are lower than that, but it doesn't actually tell me the running volts. The power is a maximum of 11 and a minimum of 2.5, and then the amps are a maximum of 0.91. We'll say 0.92. I'll just make it easy. Come on. 0.92. And then the minimum of 0.45. There is an indicator for both direction and rotation. Direction of rotation and flow. It's one indicator because, yeah. Anyways, from the perspective of the intake, which isn't normally how I do that, it is counterclockwise. If you look at it from the other side, well, you're going to be looking into the hole of the exhaust, and there's no perspective. So that's why I use the intake for the blower fans as the perspective. It has no grill. It has 4 nuts, but they're not. 4 bolts. They're short with nuts, but they are not fan bolts. They are a thinner kind of bolt, and they don't tap the plastic. They're too thin for that. Aside from that, the only other thing, of course, is the potentiometer that is used for controlling the speed.